We did a site visit at Ocean Breeze in September, all the coaches in the Big East, and it was phenomenal. I mean, the Armory has a lot of history. Of course, we love racing at the Armory, but it was definitely time for a change, and I think this will be a great opportunity for all the schools in the Big East to be able to compete at a brand new facility. It's hydraulically banked, so they can actually change the degree, the angle of the bank based on the event that they're doing. There's tons of stands, there's tons of seating for everybody, really good food options there. So I think everyone's going to be really happy with the way that they run the meet. We do have some guys that are still pretty banged up. So I had to take a few more, I would say, calculated risks than I would normally take. But I'm really excited with the crew that we do have healthy, the ones that are going to Big East. They've worked really hard. They deserve, all the limelight and the credit they should be getting right now going into the meet. And, I think we're trying to be as strategic as possible without stretching them too thin. So with that in mind, we do have a few people in off events that they don't traditionally do, like Zach in the high jump and a few other guys that we'll see when the meet lineup comes out. But it's all to just, get to that end goal, which is to try to finish as high as we did last year as a men's team. Yeah, Sean's been coming along really well since his hamstring injury. I think, what we said to him last time, Coach Fuca and I, at his last meet was he's still a little hesitant, and when he finally has the confidence in his leg that it's 100% and he can really push himself, I think he's definitely ready for a breakthrough. The other newcomer, though, is Grayson Jenkins. He's one of those guys where no matter what I tell him, he just wants to go out and do it. So I think it's going to be really exciting to see what he can do in some of the mid-distance events and also how he can contribute to the relays that we have. We do. We have a really strong group of freshmen, I would say long sprinters that, they're not the girls that typically make the headlines, but they're really like the workforce behind the team and are really going to take up a big responsibility when it comes to the relays at the meet. We also do have, a women's distance program that's made up a lot of ground on some of those Big East schools over the last year. Coming off the cross country season that we did have, I think we should place a lot higher in those events like the 5K, like the 3K, and some other areas that traditionally haven't been as strong for us. Yeah, Sydney's broken a school record, I think, in nearly every event or race that she's had this year. She's been doing really well. We sort of changed up her training, put her back down into that long sprinting group. It's worked out perfectly for us and for the team. And I think she's got a chance to be on the podium, in the events that we've placed her in individually, and then also contribute to that last relay of the meet, which of course is that women's 4x4. We, along with Sydney, I think Megan Vogel is also ready for a possible school record run in the mile. She's looked really strong in her last couple of meets and should have a really good championship. I still think for the indoor season, we're focused more on the individual accomplishments on the women's side and, trying to get a few on the podium, definitely trying to have a higher point total than we did last year and move up out of the basement of the Big East. As far as moving on after the indoor championships, we're really trying to focus or set our sights on the outdoor first round of NCAAs. So we won't have anyone moving on to NCAA's indoors, but certainly outdoors, that's one of our biggest focal points.